It has been 7 years since Nintendo graced us with one of their best creations to date, the hybrid gaming console, the Nintendo Switch. And with the ever-looming Switch 2 on the horizon, well, not really looming on the horizon, actually. Apparently there's new leakers or sources saying that it's now slated for a early 2025 release. Really? Is that really when it's supposed to come out? So you're telling me we have just the regular Switch again for a whole nother year? Yeah? Anyways, 7 years of Switch has come and gone, and so to celebrate, this is gonna be my favorite game from each year that is a Switch exclusive, with a few honorable mentions, like a lot of honorable mentions. So let me know down in the comments, what are your favorite games from each year of the Switch's life that are or not exclusive, as well as things you think I should have said instead of what have I actually said. So with that being said, please like the video, subscribe if you're enjoying what you're seeing, and let's go back to the ye olden days of 2017. So my pick for best exclusive of 2017 might be a bit obvious, but there's a good reason for it. I mean, when the Switch launched, it had a real lackluster lineup of all things considered. You want something big, something bold, something brash, something consumers are going to latch onto as they purchase their new console. And what a better way to do that with the biggest Zelda game ever that completely reinvented the whole franchise. That's right, I'm talking about Breath of the Wild. And I'm not going to go into it because who hasn't gone in depth with this game yet? There's nothing I can do, nothing I can say that's already been said. But what I will say is everything that you've heard is completely true and valid. It's one of the best games of the last decade and deserves all the praise that it's ever going to get. And because of it being a launch game, much like Twilight Princess was for the Wii, it garnered so much extra sales and so much more public view because it was one of the only big games to launch with a brand new system that who wasn't going to play it when they got a Switch? And it just brought so many more people into the Zelda series and skyrocketed it into completely new heights than it ever was before. And it was the perfect launch title. And I will say though, as my one honorable mention as the next best thing of 2017, it's definitely Mario Odyssey. The first true 3D Mario game since Galaxy 2 in 2010, and it was a game that made 100%ing it a joy. Cappy transformations were inventive, cute, a fun way to transform the gameplay. Visuals are so top-notch. It was a great looking Mario game. And there was always dopamine to be received with the 999 moons to collect. You can't miss these 2017 titans. And no, I haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I know that's also just a lauded game of 2017, but I can't comment on it. Sorry, thank you. And Mario Kart 8 was just Mario Kart 8 when it launched. I know it's so much better now than it was then, but it's Mario Kart. What do you want me to say?
It's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your cares will soar away.
Now, hot off the gates of 2017, and it's a plethora of brand new Switch games. But we go into 2018, and it kind of just grinded to a halt. Don't get me wrong, it was still a good year of games, but a lot of it consisted of remakes, remasters, or ports from the Wii U. I mean, Captain Toad was one of my favorite games of that year. However, there is one standout that I would be remiss to not mention. And that, of course, is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Dear God, this game is the full package. I mean, look at that roster. Sure, this is 3+ years of additional content, but before the DLC came out, it was still mesmerizing to see. This is a celebration of gaming, and I believe it is a must-own for anyone who just appreciates gaming in the slightest. Just like Fortnite and its amazing cameo characters of inclusions with all its shop updates. It's just an amazing way to pay homage to a medium, and I really adore it for that. It might not be for everyone, gameplay-wise, since it is a party fighter after all, but at its heart, there's no other game like it. And it is my pick for the best exclusive of 2018. If there was another option as an honorable mention, even though I haven't played it, but I know people love this, even like it was its own game, was the DLC for Xenoblade 2, which is Torna the Golden Country. But like I said, I haven't played it, so I can't really say much about it. And that's it for the exclusive of 2018. On to the next year. Now, when I said 2018 lacked with brand new exclusives for the Switch, Nintendo ran it back in 2019 and said, hey, look at this, and dropped banger after banger. And honestly, I couldn't pick just one exclusive for 2019. I had a tie. And no matter how much I debated it, I couldn't just pick one. So for the first one, I said Luigi's Mansion 3. I mean, come on. Look at this guy. This bulging, goopy, green, mucusy, gelatinous man. He is the game. Other than playing as the second coming of Jesus Christ, Luigi's Mansion 3 really offers a lot. The co-op gameplay is a huge plus, and the fact that you can play the whole thing like that is absolutely amazing. The varied environments make the game feel fresh. After a few hours of every floor and restarting it on the next, it just made it feel like a good loop. By God, does this game look stunning. Like, you thought Mario Odyssey looked fantastic, you look at Luigi's Mansion 3 and you're like, God damn, am I watching a movie? Whoa, this is just amazing. The animations, the lighting, it's just top notch. Like, where were these guys for the Mario movie, Nintendo? Seriously. And with Polterpup by your side, new gadgets of the Poltergust, Luigi is as menacing as he can be, which isn't a lot, but that's what makes the game so charming. And also, the god himself. Anyway, real quick, can I just mention how, since we talked about Smash Bros. In the last one, and now we're talking about Luigi's Mansion 3, the reveal trailer with Simon and Richter in Smash Ultimate, with Luigi going through the castle like it was one of his mansions, and everyone seeing that the Poltergust wasn't from the first two games' design, and people are like, oh my God, does this mean there's going to be a new game coming out? And then, you know, there was a new game. But, like, I just remember that discourse, and it was really funny, and I was like, wow, like, this is nuts. Anyways, the second best exclusive game of 2019. That was tied, so it's not number 2, but, like, you know, if I had to say 2019, like, these are the two games you should get for sure, is Fire Emblem Three Houses. Yeah, that's right. What a game. What a game. I mean, I know it's a meme at this point in terms of comparisons, but it really is the persona of Fire Emblem, this game. And I know we literally have Tokyo Mirage Sessions with a mix of Shin Megami Tensei and Fire Emblem, and it plays a lot like Persona in terms of, like, you know, characters and, like, all that, the stands, basically. But being able to talk to and recruit all of these amazing characters in each of the different houses, and have 4 different story paths with each of them that you can just choose from, it's just so cool. They're all interesting. They're all super heavily character driven. I just adore it. There's nothing I can say bad about it other than, like, the performance and graphics, because I'll admit it looks a little shoddy sometimes, but it's just straight goodness. And I was literally addicted to this game. The only other game I really beat before this in the Fire Emblem series was Awakening, and I played Shadows of Valentia, I played Fates, but I never really, you know, beat them. But this was the first game after Awakening that I truly beat, and, like, went for another playthrough, and I was like, this is so good, man. I can't get enough of this. Golden Deer for the win! But as if 2019 wasn't enough, I do also have an honorable mention. And I haven't beaten it yet, but I've played enough to know that it's still pretty goated. And that's Astral Chain. By God, this game, when it was first revealed, and just, like, even playing it now, one of the prettiest, most intensive games on the Switch, and it still runs and plays so beautifully. Like, how in the world did Platinum Games manage to do this? Like, it's actually insane. Playing it on my OLED, like, recently, just absolutely stunning, baffling. Like, it's literally just wizardry in this little freaking console, dude. Like, it's insane. I still haven't finished it, mind you, but I just had to say something, because this game is an accomplishment. Wow. Just wow. Alright, here we are. 2020. You know what that means. You know where we're headed. Pandemic, stay-at-home orders, yada yada yada. Animal Crossing is definitely the pick for this year as the exclusive, yada yada yada. You know, everyone had so much fun with it. came at such a pivotal time in everyone's lives and helped them create a sense of normalcy in an otherwise not normal life at the time. And I'm happy that's the way it came out. Animal Crossing has always been a big game, but this really just really made the series that much more important and potent. So I'm really happy that's, the way it happened. I've never been more addicted to an Animal Crossing game other than New Leaf on the 3DS. But enough about that. I want to talk about my runner-up game a lot more, because it's not going to be the one that everyone's into, but I just want to say how much of an important game this is to me, honestly. And that is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Like, holy... When they just dropped the trailer for this game on a random September day on Twitter, I was losing my goddamn mind. Like, what do you mean you're releasing a prequel for Breath of the Wild as a Musou? And it's set to release 2 months later? Like, come on, man. There's no way. And then it came out, and it's one of the best Musous that Omega Force and Koei Tecmo has ever made. Like, seriously? This started their prolific, let's just take a specific game from a franchise and make a prequel or sequel out of it and just make it work like the original game did, but now it's also a Musou. Like how they did with Persona 5 Strikers and Fire Emblem Three Hopes. Like, this is one of my favorite genres ever. It's so good. I just love basically playing the game again, but as a Musou. It's so good. It's so much fun. I mean, like, it's breathtaking, honestly. I just adore Age of Calamity for what it did and, like, how the presentation of it is just marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. And I can't wait to see what other franchises, get this kind of treatment from Koei Tecmo and Omega Force. Like, it's something I always keep my eye on, and I cannot wait for more of it. I'm super stoked. Yeah, 2021 brought back the Directs, baby! And with it, one of the best surprises a Direct has ever given us. It takes the title as the must-own exclusive for 2021, Metroid Dread. The long-thought dead sequel to Fusion is alive and well, and I was addicted to watching people's reaction to this game because it was just a pipe dream at this point, and everyone was just shell-shocked when it came out, and like, a trailer for it. Like, what do you mean this game's alive? And I was just a casual Metroid player at this point, or like a casual fan. I've only ever really played Fusion way back in the day, and then a little bit of Samus Returns on the 3DS. I still haven't beaten it. But I saw this trailer and all the reactions to it, and something sparked in me, and I was like, I want to be a Metroid fan. And I did. Before this game came out, I went on NSO and played through Super Metroid for the first time, and I loved it. It holds up so well. And it just made me even more hyped for Dread. I think like a week or two after I beat Super Metroid is when Dread came out. And by God, that game is a masterpiece. Now, I may not have been following the story very closely across the games, but I knew exactly what I needed to know that it was freaking awesome. The tension, the atmosphere, the animations, the smooth gameplay, and, dare I say it, the dread? It's just oozing with character. And I need another Metroid game like this to come out. I need another. I really need it. Aside from that, Famicom Detective Club. Wow. I freaking love this game. These two games. I forgot. It was a double pack. As a enjoyer of visual novels, and currently enjoying the Apollo Justice Collection. Thank you, Capcom. Now, bring back the Miles Edgeworth investigations, please, Capcom. Anyways, it was a pleasant surprise seeing Nintendo publishing their own duology of a visual novel, remaking glorious SNES visual novel games, and spooky ones at that. They're not terribly long. The art style is immaculate, though, and while the gameplay is a little bit outdated, it's just so refreshing to see life brought into these long-forgotten games made for a brand new audience. And I'm just so happy to have been able to, like, experience this, you know? Like, it just makes me feel so happy to play something like this that you wouldn't expect from Nintendo. And I'm really, really happy about it. But just seeing them bring back games like that for a majorly new audience for the time, it's just amazing. One of my favorites on the Switch, hands down. Oh yeah, 2022. It's Kirby time. That's right. This pink puffball has gone fully 3D for the first time ever this year, and it absolutely nailed it. This is my pick for 2022 exclusive game. Playing this co-op the entire time with my wife was such a thrill ride. We both had such a good time that we were upset when it ended. Audibly sobbing and crying. No, not really. But then the epilogue popped up, and we were happy to play more. Then all the tournaments, and the fishing. Ah, I love the fishing. We 100%ed it. And it was such an easy 100%. Honestly, that's how most Kirby games are. But by God, it is so worth it to do. It's so much fun to do. And it was well worth the time and investment. But hold your horses, because there is an honorable mention I need to get off my chest. And that is Pokemon Legends Arceus. And when I say I have a love-hate relationship with Pokemon, I really do. I love the thought of Pokemon in its games and absolutely enjoy the megalith of a franchise that it's built itself. But anytime I actually decide to play a Pokemon game, I'm always like, This game came out, and it completely re-energized my love for this franchise and my desire to keep up with it. Of course, it's not perfect. But what they set out to do with this game absolutely knocked it out of the park. This is something people have wanted for a long, long time. And what they made here should really be commended. It made Pokemon interesting for me again, and I know damn well I'm going to come back onto the Legends train when Z through A or ZA or whatever that they just announced is coming out next year. So stoked for it. And here we are, our last year of 2023, and the last Switch must-have exclusive, with 3 more honorable mentions to boot, might I add, because 2023 was a stacked year for games. And I'll be honest, it was tough to pick a number 1. And although 2019 had 2 winners, I was like, nah, I just gotta pick one. Just one winner. And that is Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4 is your 2023 must-have Switch exclusive for the year. Now, as a fan of the series, this game just hit all the right notes. Like, honestly, I don't even know how they can improve the formula for a 5th game. If they just want to reskin this game with new environments and new treasures and just say, hey, this is Pikmin 5, but I just played the exact same game, I really don't care. Like, it was that good. I would laud it again for the best Pikmin game ever. But, I mean, maybe fully remake Pikmin 1 from the ground up. I'd buy that full price, honestly. I just love Pikmin. But, being objective here, the strategy with the Pikmin in this game, all-time high. Adding Ochi to the mix really spices up your abilities with the Pikmin at your disposal. So it's not just, you know, oh man, I only have red Pikmin right now. What should I do? Nah, I got Ochi. I can cross some water now. They ain't gonna drown on me today. I just really hope it doesn't take another 10 years for a new Pikmin game to come out. Please, Nintendo. Don't let it happen again. Alright, let's run through our 3 runner-ups. First of all, obviously, Tears of the Kingdom. Because of course, it's a sequel to Breath of the Wild, and it is amazing. It is also a must-have. Duh. Other than that, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. It's a co-op Mario couch game. Of course you're going to want to play it with your friends and family. It is zany. It is beautiful. The music is stuck in my head, and I love it so much because I'm still playing through it with my wife. I'm on the 7th world. I'm almost done, I promise. But, other than that, Fire Emblem Engage. Because it is so crazy how we have a game like Three Houses and Engage on the same system. It's 2 completely different games under the same franchise umbrella. Like, yeah, the gameplay at its heart, it's the same. But just the way they present itself, the graphics, the music, like, it's like 2 ends of a spectrum. And I just really appreciate how different Fire Emblem can be. And that you could have these 2 games, and you could have 2 completely different variations and outcomes with it. I just absolutely loved it, adored it. I was addicted to Engage too. Loved it. Absolutely great game. Oh man, this year really was great for games, wasn't it? And with that, that wraps up my 7 plus 1 because of the tie, and then the, 7, 8, 9 extra honorable mentions that I had up. But yeah, definitely 7 must-have exclusive games from each of the monumental 7 years of the Switch lifespan. And I know I cheated. Like I said, I actually said a lot of games, but it's just to give kudos to great games on the Switch library. Anyways, let me know down in the comments. What is your favorite game from each year of the Switch life cycle? Let me know if there's any games I missed or should have mentioned. And let me know, just in general, if I was wrong with any of my picks or I, gave shade to a game I should have given more spotlight to. But until then, thank you for watching. Hope you liked the video. And I'll see you next time. See ya.